Hi guys, I am back today to film my September favorites. Didn't think there was really much for me to talk about, but when I actually went and looked at my makeup, I realized there was a lot of stuff that I did like this month and that I could talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with makeup. I do have like one or two skin hair things to talk about. So I'm gonna start with makeup and we'll talk about that stuff at the end. But the first thing is my Revlon Color Stay. I have it in this Urban Decay Naked Skin bottle because it's probably my one complaint about the Revlon Color Stay is that it doesn't have a pump. And this does, and it's all gone, so I decided to go ahead and put my Revlon Color Stay in here. But this has just been kind of my no-fuss, easy go-to foundation this month. It's my perfect shade, which, by the way, I'm in the shade Buff. But it's my perfect shade, blending, everything. It's easy for me. The only thing that other thing I don't like besides the no pump on their bottle is that it can be a little bit heavy sometimes, but seeing as we're pretty much past the summer weather and I'm not sweating and stuff, the heaviness isn't bothering me as much. So I've pretty much worn that every day, but when I'm not wearing it, which is my next favorite, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. This isn't my project pan, so it is almost gone, but I discovered my new favorite way to wear this foundation this month, so I am definitely repurchasing it. But basically I apply my Tarte Tinted BB Primer treatment to my face, and then I dampen my Real Technique sponge and apply this with that. This is the only foundation that I've never used my Real Technique sponge with, and I don't know why it never crossed my mind to use them together, but together they are perfect. Right now I have it on that way and it feels like I have nothing on my face at all. It's super lightweight. I love the coverage of this. I love the finish of this. So I'm glad that I discovered kind of a new favorite way to wear it. Next, earlier this month I had some kind of severe breakouts, and I'm assuming it is from my Tarte Maracuja oil because that was kind of the only new thing that I had tried. The only thing changing in like what I was eating and sleeping or stressing about. Nothing of that had really changed except for I added the Tarte Maracuja oil. So I assumed that's why I was breaking out so much, but this actually did help me this month. It is my Maybelline Dream Pure BB Cream or BB Perfector. I applied this, I think like 2 or 3 days after my breakouts had really started to get bad, and the next day I already felt like I noticed a difference. I just used it as a primer, kind of as I always do, but I know that there were a couple times I wore it when I would normally go no makeup for that day. I actually did put this on because I figured I need some help. My skin was breaking out really, really bad, and some of them were quite painful, so I was glad I had that and it did help me this month. Again, usually I don't recommend that as like a skincare replacement thing, but I don't typically have like breakouts and things, so I didn't have like a spot treatment with me or anything, so I just kind of applied that all over. And plus, like I said, my face was breaking out really bad, so I had a lot of breakouts kind of everywhere, so that saved me this month. And this thing is actually in my project pan as well, but it is my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I really enjoyed this month, and obviously I've hit quite a bit of pan here, but I really enjoyed this month because even though it does make my face itch and I have some issues with it, I feel like it takes my foundation and everything and my blush and everything and just makes it look perfect. Like it all just looks very blended and even, and just, I don't know, I like this too because it's not super heavy. So I actually have really enjoyed that this month. This is my It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination. This I have liked. It was probably a little more towards the beginning of the month, I would say. Now that it's reaching towards the end, I haven't used it quite as much, but I have loved this month just because it does give you a nice dewy finish. And having oily skin, I usually just can't have a dewy finish. It just makes you look more oily. But that is why I like this powder, because I feel like I can actually get a dewy finish without my skin being super overly oily from it then. That is it there. I feel like it actually doesn't look too much different, but on the skin you do notice a difference and it isn't that matte. So I have liked that a lot. Next are some eyeshadows that I have loved this month, and again, they're project pan things. I don't know why. I've been making good progress on my project pan, and for some reason I'm kind of falling in love with some of the stuff that I put in it. But the first thing is my MAC eyeshadow in Naked Lunch. I have used this almost every single day. I don't know why, but I all of a sudden just love it. It is like the perfect lid color. And basically what I do is I apply this on my lid. This was just another favorite. NYX Stiletto into my crease as like a transition color. And lastly, I apply MAC Sketch into the crease and like outer V. And then I usually use Glamour Light as like my highlighting colors and stuff for my inner corner and brow bone. That has just been my favorite eyeshadow combination this month. I've worn it, like I said, almost every day. Occasionally I have done some looks though with like retro spec and stuff. So that has just been my favorite eyeshadow combination this month. I haven't really done too much else, or if I do, I wear it for like one day and then I go back to this because I love it so much. So I don't know. There are definitely objects that are staying in my project pan. The only one I'm not sure about is Naked Lunch. I might take that one out of there, but like this quad, or not quad, I guess it would be, it's got 5 eyeshadows in it. This is definitely going to stay in project pan just because I already have a Sketch in a full size, and Glamour Light I don't particularly need. So I am going to keep this in there, but Naked Lunch might be coming out of project pan because like I said, I really liked it this month. And kind of continuing on the path of MAC things, I just hit pan on this, but it's because I've been wearing it with that eyeshadow combination all month. I just recently started to switch and wear my e.l.f. blush, which is in my project pan. Been switching and wearing that more. But this is my MAC Breath of Plum blush. I love this. This is my favorite fall blush. And like I said, I just recently hit pan on it. So I've kind of tried to lay off using it as much because I do love this and I don't want to run out of it just yet. But yeah, it is definitely one of my favorite MAC blushes of all time. Next are some brow things. Probably up until, let's see, I colored my hair over the weekend. So, pretty much up until about a week ago, I was using my Benefit Gimme Brow, and this is in the shade Light Medium. I used this every day this entire month. I love it so much. But I am sad because it is pretty much gone. I love how little the wand is, and I love the shade of this. It's pretty cool toned. But it was perfect for like my blondish hair, that kind of blonde brown colored hair that I had. This was perfect for that, and this, oh, I don't know, it's just my favorite brow product of all time. I love it so much. But for the last like week and kind of ending here of September, I did dye my hair red. This wasn't really working anymore, so I've been using my, let's see, Rimmel Professional Eyebrow Pencil, and this is in the color Hazel. I had one of these in a project pan a while ago, and then by the time the project pan was over, well, by the time that this was out of my project pan, I had kind of re-fallen in love with it, so I repurchased it, and then I fell out of love with it, and I've had it in my collection, but I haven't actually used it up until now. But out of all my brow products, I just didn't have anything that was like super warm and would work for my red hair. And this has been the only thing that's worked for me. So I actually have kind of re-fallen in love with this. I do like the way it makes my brows look. It doesn't look fake or anything like that. It's super penciled in. So I've kind of re-fallen in love with that. Next, I have some lip stuff, and all of this stuff you guys will see in my fall like favorite lip products tag. But they're also favorites, so I just feel like I couldn't not mention them. The first one is the Revlon Color Burst Lip Butter in Sugar Plum. This I like because it kind of looks like your natural lip color, but it is better. Like, it's got a more berry mauve look to it. So I really, really like this, and I like this for those days where I just kind of need something quick and simple. So I've been wearing this a lot. And then these two I've worn a lot, and I've got a lot of compliments on them, but they're not something that like I said, like that one, easy, quick throw it on. These I usually take a little bit more work with. But it is NYX Matte Lipstick, and the first one is in Whipped Caviar. This one is kind of a pretty, like, mauve-y color. You guys will see in my other video. I'll actually swatch it on my lips and everything, but it's one of my favorite colors and it's really, really beautiful. The other one is Aria, which is like a beautiful kind of purple color. It's, I don't know, I kind of want to say it's like purple and fuchsia had a baby, and this is what it is. But I know there's like a MAC lipstick I think that is close to this. Sorry guys, I'm just not as familiar with the MAC lipsticks. I have a ton, but I don't have like the darker, vampier colors. So there's that one. I'll go ahead and show you Whipped Caviar too, because I went ahead and swatched that one, so why not? This one I compared it to 1995 because I did just purchase this, and it's more mauve and pink than 1995. So there is that one. And those are definitely two of my favorites. I've worn them a lot this month. So now we're at the end of things. I got hair and some skin stuff. The first one is the Josie Maran 100% Pure Argan Oil. My manager at work actually gave this to me because when I returned the Tarte thing, she was the one that did the return, and she's like, oh, why don't you buy the Josie Maran stuff? And I was like, well, I've been thinking about it, but I was like, I figured I'd get Tarte because we carry Tarte, so it seems silly to buy something that we don't carry. And she's like, I've been using it for years, it's amazing. She's like, I will bring you my little bottle and I'll put some product in it. And she did. It's actually empty now, there really isn't anything left in there, but I fell in love with this stuff. I am going to purchase this. I'm just trying to decide if I want to purchase this, the actual pure argan oil, or if I want to purchase the milk. I like the way the milk feels and smells a lot better, but I think it is pricier, whereas this little oil, I think the little size is like $16, $15, and this would last me a long time. So the other thing is the Organics Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco Penetrating Oil. If you guys saw, I think my last month haul, I talked about this, and I said I accidentally purchased this instead of an oil that could be used on wet or dry hair. But this oil I feel like works actually better. It feels a lot more moisturizing than my Healthy Sexy Hair oil, which I think is argan oil too, but this one just, I don't know, makes my ends a lot softer and more moisturized feeling than that one does. So I have enjoyed this a lot this month. I've been kind of afraid that I'm going to run out, but it's, I mean, you don't need a lot and it feels pretty full. So I think I still have a ton of that left. And the last thing is this Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Latte and Marshmallow Comfort Spray. I've worn this a ton this month. It doesn't particularly look like it, but I have. I've used it a lot. But it's just one of my favorite scents now. It's just so sweet smelling, and I don't know. This is one of those times where I wish you guys could smell it because it smells really, really good. Like I said, it's really sweet. You can definitely smell the marshmallow in it. The pumpkin is there too, but I don't know. It's just like the perfect fall scent. And again, I love Bath & Body Works packaging. So that is it for my favorites. I'm pretty sure that's everything that I can think of that I've absolutely loved and adored this month. I know I have Project Pan coming up soon, like I said. Should be up soon, and I'm excited to share my progress with you guys on that one because I know I've made a lot of progress. There's a lot of empties and a lot of stuff that's like hitting pan or getting close to hitting pan or almost done. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. But I guess that is it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.